Very much choice. 6 members of his first-team squad are injured, including striker Ian Wright. Although John Salako wears the number 10 shirt, he may not play as a central striker. I think Steve's got a formation in mind that will unfold when the game gets underway. But Gary O'Reilly plays at centre-half because Jeff Hopkins is still injured. Now, as for Liverpool, Kenny Dalglish has, as expected, restored Peter Beardsley to the starting lineup. He was left out in midweek, and his other major decision concerned the fullback positions, and the vote has gone to Gary Gillespie wearing number 4 and David Burrows wearing number 3. So Barry Venison and Steve Staunton are both unlucky in the sense that they're on the bench, and Steve Nicol is still injured. Crystal Palace in the red and blue stripes will kick off, playing in the first half. Now, it's a full-time job for Pemberton this afternoon, but I know he was looking forward to it. He's not short of confidence, the right-back of Crystal Palace. Here's McMahon. Pardew. And McMahon intercepting. Rush going to the left now. Onside, Ian Rush. Liverpool take the lead. And Ian Rush, the ace goal scorer, once again makes it look so easy. Palace never recovered from Pardew losing the ball in midfield to McMahon. And the penetrating pass found out the Palace defence. McMahon, who got the ball from the Palace player Pardew, slide rule ball, isn't it? They're looking for an offside, it never came, and as Nigel Martin narrowed the angle, Rush just jogged the ball past him with his left foot. And that's a moment of Liverpool history, because Ian Rush, with that goal, now becomes the second highest scorer in the history of the club. It's his 244th. See what Palace can do about it now in the second half as they attack the Holt end here at Villa Park. John Pemberton, a lovely run early on, and a chance for Barber and Venison, and it's a shot, and it's there by Bright. It's Mark Bright straight from the kickoff. After John Salako's shot didn't quite get there, Bright certainly did, and Palace are level. What a dramatic start to the second half, and Liverpool are stunned. John Pemberton here who takes so much credit. It was an inspired run. The cross met first of all by Venison, then Salako off target, but Mark Bright hammers that left-footed into the unguarded goal. Well, what a start to the second half for Crystal Palace. They are level and Steve Coppell is back in business. Bright's in there again. Whelan. Barnes. It's chested down by Staunton for Burrows. McMahon is the player on the left wing. Andy Thorne is the defender. Houghton. Barnes. And Barnes again. Houghton's in the middle, and Beardsley's there as well for Liverpool, and it hits Richard Shaw. Two hopeful appeals for hands, but nothing serious.
It's certainly the best move they've had this after.
But here come Palace with Thomas, and on the far side, Mark Bright's there again. Andy Gray's in the middle this time, so is Thomas. And there's Thomas! Oh, and Grobbelaar grabbed it on the line. An extraordinary 60 seconds. First, Liverpool nearly made an opening, and then Mark Bright, with a surging run down the right, got a beautiful ball in, and it's Andy Gray who beats the defender, and what a good save. It's the same. We've been playing 20 minutes now in the second half. This is Pardew for Palace. And Barnes picks it up from Beardsley. Look at McMahon in space. It's McMahon for Liverpool, forward run, Nigel Martin doing precisely the right thing, getting out the full 18 yards to block Steve McMahon. And Here, Palace were really opened up. Beardsley into Barnes. McMahon is starting his run now. Nobody with him. And Martin is there to make a very telling save. It's John Pemberton who made the goal. That's a foul. Alan Hansen on Mark Bright. Free kick to Palace, which puts them in a bit of danger. They've got Gary O'Reilly, I noticed, going forward to help Bright in there. And now they've waved Andy Thorne up as well. Andy Gray has placed the ball. That's his cross. And Bright's there. O'Reilly's there! And Palace, are they in front? Yes, they are! Liverpool stood there and could really not believe it. And Gary O'Reilly from the back found room in the penalty area. And from the set play, which people felt would be a Palace strength, or maybe a Liverpool weakness, O'Reilly drives the ball past Grobbelaar, and just for a moment the whole ground seemed to freeze. But it was a good goal, and it's 2-1 Palace. Possibly. Mark Bright has gone back to help them defend. Barnes, Whelan and Hussain waiting to come in a line of three as Staunton and Venison address the ball. Staunton to Venison. Right across the goal, McMahon! Oh, it's there! It's 2-2! Steve McMahon! So, the free kick now works for Liverpool, and a nice, unexpected one it was too, how they worked that. Venison's low drilled cross, it comes out to Steve McMahon, and that's a fabulous shot. 2-2.
Well, it was a first-class finish. They just got caught up in there, Crystal Palace, on a free kick. It was had a lot of invention in it.
No chance for Nigel Martin. That was as true as an arrow from Steve McMahon. Barry Venison, the substitute, who provided the cross from a cleverly worked free kick. And as they used to say in Bill Shankly's time and since, you never rule Liverpool out. And with 10 minutes to go, it's all square again. But what a semi-final. Where do we go from here? Extra time, perhaps?
I don't know where we're going, but I'm certainly enjoying it, John.
Well, you, I think, Terry, 40,000 inside the ground and millions at home. What a football match. Beardsley. Oh, look at this. Staunton. Penalty. Pemberton on Staunton. George Courtney has pointed the spot, and Pemberton is distraught. Well, I'm not sure about that from here. Staunton is in the box, there's no doubt about that. But was he pushed? Well, the referee couldn't have been closer, could he? You couldn't fault George Courtney's positioning, and somebody has said too much. Poor John Pemberton is now being booked as well. And in a matter of a couple of minutes, the whole scene here has changed. Steve Staunton was the player who went down. Liverpool have been given a penalty from which they've had mixed luck this season. They've missed a few, they've scored a few. But now the million-pound goalkeeper, Nigel Martin, has to face John Barnes. The Palace players are talking to Barnes. I'm not sure what's being said. George Courtney has booked Pemberton. He's given the penalty kick. And the cup holders could strengthen their grip on the trophy here. Barnes scores. The goalkeeper went the right way, but the kick was true in the corner. And Liverpool lead by 3-2. And from being 2-1 up, Palace are suddenly jumped on their backsides and can't really believe what's happened to them. Most of all, Pemberton.
Well, it's an incredible turnaround in just 2 or 3 minutes. And to be fair, it looked like Liverpool wasn't going to do it. And they got that very good free kick, and now they're in.
Now less than 3 minutes away from going out. Thomas, and Bright's in there, and Thomas, Staunton, Gray, 3-3, and Andy Gray for Palace. They're back in it. And Liverpool's defence all over the place. It's a free kick again, a set play, and keep your eye on number 4, Andy Gray, because when all this is over, Grobbelaar comes, doesn't make it, Thomas, Staunton, Gray, 3-3. Well, Grobbelaar did punch it, but not far enough, only to Jeff Thomas, and it span up off Staunton's chest, the man who... But hold on, a free kick again. So once more, O'Reilly and Thorne take up their positions. And once again, Gray prepares to bend the ball in.
Stood still, they just didn't even move at all there, John.
It's amazing, isn't it, this? Against the crossbar in the dying seconds. Andy Gray to take the corner. Stoppage time. Grobbelaar struggling again. Flags up, though, he was fouled.
They put so many men in there, and there's so many men of Liverpool trying to combat against them, and he's trying to come out amongst those players, and he's finding that very difficult.
Well, this was more difficulties from a free kick against the crossbar. That's a good header and very unlucky. Crystal Palace that you wouldn't rule them out now. Andy Gray has gone across to take it. Andy Thorne, who hit the bar in, what, the last minute, was it, of normal time? He's gone up again, number 6. Gary O'Reilly, who scored from that sort of position, from a free kick, is also there. Barber's on the line, and Bright is waiting too. Thorne flicked it on, and it's gone in! Pardew! 4-3 Palace! Set play, and it looks like Alan Pardew who bundled it in. Thorne flicks it on, and somewhere out the crowd came Pardew. Bruce Grobbelaar beaten again after, what, 2 free kicks and a corner now Steve Coppell's team had scored from, and it's back with the underdog again. And who's to say it's over yet? O'Reilly. McMahon. Palace have really got to keep their nerve now and not dive in and do anything silly. Staunton. It went over Glenn Hussein's head, but this is Houghton, there's danger. Barnes! Oh, and Nigel Martin. Well, that save might have been worth £1 million, you never know. From John Barnes' downward header when he looked odds on to score. Ray Houghton delivers the cross. Barnes heads it down back towards where Martin was coming from, and Crystal Palace 4, Liverpool 3, and Crystal Palace are at Wembley. They've beaten Liverpool, whose dream of the double is destroyed, in one of the most amazing matches, surely, in the recent history of the FA Cup. Steve Coppell runs off, and the Palace supporters celebrate one of the most unexpected and dramatic victories that I can remember happening, certainly at this stage of the competition. Alan Pardew is the man whose name comes out of nowhere, the former Yeovil player. His goal has sent Crystal Palace to Wembley, and the final score at a thrilled Villa Park after extra time is Crystal